A very good day to you. Welcome to Idea TV Midday News. My name is Chinatu Oji. We begin with the headlines. FG signs performance contract with paramilitary agencies. Nigeria backs artificial intelligence to reach 100 trillion economy target. 16 killed in Namibia police van and prison bus collision. FCT mourns passing of head of service Grace ADAYILO. In health, FALANI urges nationwide free health care for pregnant women. And in business, licensed agents demand extension on overtime cargo deadline. In sports, AMUSAN and BRUME to lead Team Nigeria at World Championships. Now the news in full. The federal government has signed a one-year performance contract with all agencies under the Ministry of Interior in a move aimed at strengthening reforms and accountability. The signing followed a 3-day retreat in Suleja, Niger State, and involved the Nigerian Correctional Service (NCOS), Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), Federal Fire Service, and the National Identity Management Commission. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunjojo, who supervised the exercise, said the target of the new contract is 100% performance, building on the ministry's improvement from 62% to 85% in the last presidential performance assessment initiative. He stressed that the reforms must be seen through to completion, noting that capacity building for personnel is central to aligning with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The minister also outlined sector-specific reforms, urging NIMC to deliver a fraud-free foundational identity system and directing the correctional service to focus on transformation rather than condemnation of inmates. He further tasked the fire service to expand its role into emergency medical services, liberalize operations with private sector participation, and measure success by the number of assets saved. Moving on. Nigeria is turning to artificial intelligence as a key driver of President Bola Tinubu's ambition to grow the nation into a $1 trillion economy by 2030. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Bosun Tijani said AI would play a central role in boosting productivity across healthcare, agriculture, education, and financial inclusion. Tijani, recently named by Time magazine among the 100 most influential voices in AI alongside Elon Musk and OpenAI Sam Altman, described AI as critical to Nigeria's future growth. The minister highlighted progress made through a national AI strategy co-created with over 120 Nigerian experts and partnerships with global technology firms such as Google and the Gates Foundation. These collaborations are providing mentorship, funding and resources to local innovators. To further strengthen capacity, the government has launched the AI Collective, a network of researchers and practitioners, and the AI Trust, a leadership body to guide long-term investment in the sector. At the heart of this drive is the government's 3 million technical talent program designed to train Nigerians in digital and AI skills. Many graduates are already contributing to government digitization projects and building datasets to support artificial intelligence systems. Despite infrastructure challenges, officials say the focus on skills development and international partnership provides a clear roadmap toward achieving Nigeria's $1 trillion economic goal. Moving on. At least 16 people have been killed in a head-on crash between a police van and a prison bus in Namibia. The accident occurred yesterday outside the town of Marienthal, about 270 kilometers south of the capital, Windhoek. Authorities confirmed that 14 officers and 2 civilians were among the victims. President Netumbo Nandi Ndawatai described the loss as devastating, offering condolences to the families and colleagues of the dead. Namibia's Home Affairs Minister Lucia Lipumbu also expressed sympathy while urging the public not to circulate graphic images from the scene. Officials explained that the police van had 6 passengers, while the prison bus carried 13 people at the time of the crash. Namibia's Motor Vehicle Accident Fund says it will support affected families with medical care, rehabilitation, and burial assistance. Road crashes remain a serious public health issue in Namibia, which has one of the highest traffic fatality rates in the world, recording 22 deaths per 100,000 people in 2021 compared to 2.3 per 100,000 people in the UK. In another news, the pioneer head of the civil service of the Federal Capital Territory, Mrs. Grace ADAYILO, has died. She reportedly passed away in the early hours of Monday. Today, she was the special assistant on media today. The special assistant, on media to the HOS Antonio. They confirmed her death in a text message, but gave no further details. Mrs. ADAYILO made history in October 2024 when President Bola Tinubu approved her appointment as the first head of service of the FCT and notably the first woman to hold the position. Before her appointment, she has served as a permanent secretary of the Agriculture and Rural Development Secretariat. As at the time of this report, no official statement has been released by her family or the FCT administration. However, tribute expected to point for ADAYILO, who was seen as a trailblazer in the Federal Capital Territory Civil Service. Let's go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return. Welcome back. It's good to know you're still watching. This is still Idea TV Midday News. Now the rest of the stories. In health, prominent human rights lawyer Femi Falana, SAN, is calling on the federal and state government to provide free medical services to indigent pregnant women across Nigeria. Speaking on Sunday in a public statement, Falana said the move is crucial to reducing maternal and infant mortality nationwide. The appeal was made in his role as chairman of the Alliance on Surviving COVID-19 and Beyond. Falana referenced several recent government-led health initiatives, including the cesarean section C-sections launched last year. He recalled that in November, Health Minister Professor Mohammed Pate announced a nationwide maternal care program known as the Maternal Mortality Reduction Innovation Initiative. It aims to improve access to emergency obstetric care. Falana believes expanding this initiative is key to saving lives. His message targets all tiers of government, including the Federal Capital Territory. Falana also draws attention to the progress made by the National Health Insurance Authority, NHIA, earlier this year. In April, the NHIA began offering free C-sections in over 100 hospitals across Nigeria under the Comprehensive Emergency Obstetric and Neonatal Care Program. He commended the Director General, Dr. Kelechi Ohiri, for implementing the program, but warned that its current scope is still limited. While praising the government's efforts so far, he stressed that more needed to be done to reach the vulnerable population. Health experts, however, say that Nigeria remains one of the countries with the highest maternal mortality rate in the world. Falana's call is seen as a push for stronger healthcare equity. The proposal is already getting support according to civil society advocates. According to Falana, again, free maternal care must become a national standard rather than a selective initiative. He said federal and state government must make funding for maternal health a priority in their budgets. The SAN emphasized that the best way to reduce maternal and infant deaths is by ensuring universal access to life-saving services. Moving on. In business, licensed custom agents are appealing to the Nigeria Customs Services, NCS, to extend its 2-week ultimatum issued to importers to clear 905 overtime cargo at various terminals in Lagos State. The grace period was announced last week with a warning that failure to clear the goods would result in forfeiture to the federal government. In interviews with newsmen yesterday, agents described the 2-week window as unrealistic and too short for effective clearance. Mr. MIDDAY of the National Council of Managing Directors of Licensed Custom Agents urged customs to consider the importers' investments. He called for negotiations with shipping firms to reduce demurrage costs. The cargoes are currently held at major Lagos airports. or ports. Industry stakeholders are now calling for more flexibility in enforcement. Taiwo Fatobilola, spokesperson for the Association of Registered Freight Forwarders in Nigeria, cited frequent network failures that hinder cargo processing and payments. Fatobilola also urged the government to support terminal operators before asking them to cut charges. Meanwhile, Stanley Zenga of the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders noted that some importers face serious financial constraints. He argued that even a one-year extension would still not be enough for some. Agents, however, say the deadline risks punishing those willing but unable to clear their goods. Many are now calling for policy reviews and stakeholder consultations. In response, the Nigeria Customs Service says the action is based on existing laws and part of a routine disposal process. NCS Public Relations Officer Abdullahi Mayweather explained that importers are usually given a 30-day notice followed by a court process if the goods remain unclaimed. He added that once the court condemns the items, a final 2-week public notice is published before disposal. Mayweather emphasized that this policy has always been in place, but enforcement is now being strictly implemented. The NCS maintains that the move aims to decongest ports and improve logistics flow. However, freight forwarders argue that unless deeper port challenges are addressed, such enforcement could lead to greater economic losses. And now in sport, top Nigerian athletes are set to represent the country at the 2025 World Athletics Championships taking place in Tokyo, Japan. Leading the 15-member squad is world champion Olatobi AMUSAN alongside Olympic medalist BRUME. The competition is scheduled from September 13 to 21st at the Japan National Stadium. The list was confirmed by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, featuring 7 female and 8 male athletes. Team Nigeria will compete across 11 disciplines, including sprints, hurdles, jumps, and throws. AMUSAN will be looking to end her season strong after skipping the Diamond League finals. She famously made history in 2022 with a world record, and gold medal organizers say the squad is in top shape and ready to deliver results. BRUME, known for her consistency in the long jump, remains one of Nigeria's top medal hopefuls. Rising star Nathaniel Ezekiel will compete in the 100 meters hurdles in field event. She leads in short put while Chiamoy Williams and Obiageri Amici will contest at the distance throw. Sprinters like Udodi Onwuzirike, Samuel Ogazi, and Chido Keze compete to men's. Female as include Rosemary Chukuma and Prestina Ochogo. Throwers Oyeshade and Kinshola Ajayi round the trip on the field events. Officials believe that this team has the potential to secure multiple finals appearances and podium finishes. The Japan National Stadium will host over 2,000 athletes from more than 200 countries. For Nigeria, this is not just a test of talent, but a build-up to the 2026 Olympic Games. And now to end the news, let's quickly take a look at the recap of the headlines. We brought you news that the FJ signed performance contract with paramilitary agencies. We also told you that Nigeria backs artificial intelligence to reach $1 trillion economy target. We also heard that 16 have been killed in Namibia police van and prison bus collision. FCT head of service agreed ADAYILO. In health, FALANI urges nationwide free healthcare for pregnant women. In business, licensed agents demand extension on overtime cargo deadline. In sports, AMUSAN and BRUME to lead Team Nigeria at World Championships. Do not hesitate to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Chinatu Oji. Enjoy the rest of your day.